Good morning to our Epsilon Psi virtual and what we can do. And we just have the pleasure of meeting and introducing you to none other than Mr. Chad Lane.
As far as what I do. And she did really say it well. And to sum it up, I help small businesses, local businesses of all industries, right? So I've got customers that are retail store owners, from boutique clothing to pet stores, everything in between. I've got customers that are plumbers, customers that are electricians, customers that are house cleaning services, landscapers, doctors, attorneys. Literally, if it is a local business or a small business, that's who I help. This is a new section here. This is implemented by Google. It is not a service you can really easily buy into right now from any company other than Google. You would have to go straight through them. And I will say it's very pricey, very expensive, and very hard, because there's a lot of vetting that they do. They literally do vetting of employees to make sure, it's a legit company, legit employees, all this stuff. It's a true vetting process, and very high dollar process to get there right now. Now, over time, that may change, but this is still new, and that's the way that shows up. You're not going to see this for every business, for every industry. Another thing to know about this search engine marketing, and people have misconceptions on this quite often, is they think, well, I'm buying this, I should see my ad all the time. That's not the way it works. You're not buying a concrete position, right? If you think about it, right now, look at this. There's only 2 ads that are showing up. Well, there's a lot more companies than just these 2 companies paying for this product. So you all could go in and probably do the same search and possibly get completely different results from your computer. Or you could search tomorrow and get different results. So these are kind of a rotating ad type, but obviously the more you spend, the more you're going to be seen.
9 out of 10 consumers prefer text message marketing over other marketing tools. 47% of consumers prefer SMS messaging over other messaging apps. 45% of people reply. 73% of brands expect their SMS marketing budget to increase, right? That means that they plan on spending more in that area. That's how valuable this piece is. This can still benefit from this software because they might already have a way and system set up to take payments, right? Which is something that this software offers, but they don't have the ability to text and email market. So it's a valuable tool for them because of that. Just because they have this software doesn't mean they have to use our sales and payment portion of it. They can continue to use their credit card processing system if they use Square. Matter of fact, Square actually communicates with this software, and I'll get to that here in a second too. But they can use whatever, but there's pieces of this that are components that are valuable to any business out there. All right?
Chad, quick question around the text piece. So for companies, how would they be able to gain access to cell phone numbers and that kind of thing? Is that something that they would have to collect on their own? Is there like a database that you can just shoot to, or do you have to have people opting into that? How does that work from a small business perspective?
Well, good question. And there is a number of ways to go about that, right? So, and I'll kind of bullet point each one. You've got some businesses that already have a customer list. Let's say they have it in a program that they're already using, like QuickBooks, or they already have it on something that they can either export to Excel, to an Excel form, or they already have it on Excel. Any one of those scenarios, if there's already a list out there, you can import directly into this software, so it feeds all that information in. So that's right? That's how you get an existing list. Now, what do you do going from there with new customers? Well, there's a couple of things. if you use our sales and payment feature, right, which is part of the and what this means is, not to get ahead of myself, but this allows you to take payment, credit card payment, whether it be virtually, you can send me an electronic invoice, or if you're in person, you give me your credit card and it scans it and pays me, right? Once I do that, I'm automatically also giving you my information. It feeds into the software, okay? Now back to what I said earlier about Square. There's some softwares out there that communicate with the Thrive software. Square is one of those. Meaning if you're already using Square to take payment, you don't have to use this, right? You don't have to use the sales and payments of Thrive. We can link the two so that when somebody pays you via Square, it feeds their information into this. So it automatically captures that. Another thing is, so to answer your question on do they have to opt in? So when you email market, you can email market to any and everybody, all right? That's free game. When you text market though, legally you do have to get their consent. They have to opt in. So there's a couple of ways about doing that. A, you can send an email blast to everybody to say, you know, text, and by the way, for your own business, excuse me, you would have your own little, you know, keyword. So let's say you had a salon, you'd say text haircuts, you know, to 12345, whatever your number is, and to opt in. And so a lot of people will kind of incentivize to get people opt in. Text, some businesses will say text haircuts to 12345 for future promotions, specials, events, announcements, blah, 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 right? While others will actually incentivize and say text for a chance to win a $20 gift card. And that way it gives them a reason to opt in. But the beauty of it is the text marketing, the reason that's so valuable, going back to those numbers I mentioned earlier, where it was 98% read that. Well, the ones that opt in are, I mean, they're telling you, I'm opting in because I want you to text me. You know, my wife is actually a prime example. She's got a boutique store that she loves here, and they text her, and when she texts her, I'm like, man, let me check my bank account, you know, let's make sure we're good. Hold on. So, but it's true. I mean, she gets that, and they notify her of, you know, new outfits or whatever. So, those people are telling you they're opting in for a reason. They want to be marketed to, and let's not forget, you know, the beauty of text and email is not just marketing. There's a personal touch to that too. From saying happy birthday to your customers, to wishing them a happy anniversary from the first time they did business with, and then, you know, we help manage your reviews and notify you of any reviews that you get from any of those as well through this software, okay? So the software is there. It's a cloud-based software. You can access it from any computer. You have your own login.
Chad, thank you so much for agreeing to do this presentation. Very, very helpful information. And I hope that you will be able to gain some business, some new business from this as well. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell us how to reach you, Chad. Tell us how to contact you.
Absolutely. So my phone number is 615-838-4708. And my email is chad.lane@thryv.com. And so you can email me. You know, I check my email often, but obviously phone is the best way. You can text or call.
Text.
Text, yeah. And then, you know, I'm happy to do another Zoom meeting for anybody that wants to dive into this deeper or anything else, you know, because all of this stuff that we talked about, are things that I help businesses with. I mean, I do search engine marketing for businesses. I do websites for businesses. I do social media management for businesses. And then obviously I do the software for businesses. So any and everything, you know, we could talk through. And I will say real quickly, right now there's a special that is being offered as a stimulus special, essentially, because of COVID-19, just to kind of ease the financial burden on small businesses specifically, where the first month of the software is free. So
of the Business Month Committee, and I'll take a little leeway and speak for the chapter. We just want to say thank you for being so willing to help us pivot in this time of virtualness that we've got going on right now. It's some excellent information.